Unit 6. Speaking, Part 3. Exercise 6.
Is it okay if we start with rugby?
Yes, let's begin with that.
Well, I think you have to be very careful in this sport because it's quite violent and they don't have any protection like in American football.
Yes, I agree with that. They don't wear a helmet to protect their head, so they can have some serious injuries, also to their arms and legs.
It's the same for the motorcyclist. Even though they wear a helmet and some body protection, it's still very dangerous if they fall off when they're going fast.
It's much more dangerous than car racing, I think. The drivers are a lot safer because of the way they make the cars these days. But if you crash a motorbike, you will probably still get injured.
And what about diving? What can happen there?
Well, when you're deep in the water, I suppose the biggest risk is that for some reason you can't breathe, such as getting trapped under the water and your air runs out. Or something goes wrong with the oxygen thing.
Or a shark attacks you. That's another danger.
Oh, I don't know about that. In films, maybe. But it's not very common in real life, is it? Anyway, let's go on to the next one.
Yes, gymnastics. Now, that's definitely not as dangerous as some of the others. I mean, even if you're really careless, normally the worst thing that can happen is that you get hurt a bit. Nothing very bad.
That's just what I was thinking, really. It can't be very nice if you fall, but at least the ground is soft. It's not like landing on a racetrack or even a rugby pitch.
Though people can get hurt snowboarding, and they do that on snow, which is pretty soft. Probably because they go so fast.
Especially if they go off the proper slopes. If they do that in bad weather, they can't see where they're going and they can hit a tree or rocks.
I suppose hitting rocks is the biggest risk for surfers, too. They might be just under the surface, but you don't know until a wave pushes you onto them.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I think you have to know the place where you are going surfing to make sure there aren't any dangerous ones near you. And always have a surfing buddy with you, someone who knows where you are all the time.
Yes, that makes it much safer.
Next, there's boxing. What do you think of that? To me, it's not really a sport. It's just fighting, hitting someone's head. That's really stupid, and it must damage them in the end.
I'm not so sure. Don't you think that wearing gloves makes it safer?
Well, actually last week, I read that the boxers hit each other much harder with gloves on because without them, they would hurt their hands.
Okay, shall we go on to the last part?
Yes.
So, which two of these sports do we think are the most dangerous? I'd say the motorcycling, simply because it's so fast and the surface is so hard.
I think so too, and also boxing. They should ban it completely, starting with the next Olympic Games. Don't you agree that it's one of the most dangerous sports in the world?
Perhaps, but what about rugby or snowboarding?
Boxing.
Okay, we have different opinions about this, but let's leave it at that.
Yes, that's fine.
You